this has got to be the best thing to happen on Monday Night Raw because they accomplished so many different things in just one singular beatdown, which is unfortunate because you guys know I'm a huge fan of Stephanie McCurr. So to see her in a walking boot and getting destroyed and washed all over TV, it's not a good thing to watch. It's not a good thing to watch. But shout out to Thanos. Unfortunately, sacrifices have to be made sometimes for the greater good. And that's what happened right here. And all jokes aside, I think this is going to do so much for Stephanie McCurr's title reign. And this is going to do so much for Raquel Rodriguez. Now, before we proceed, I want to make this clear. I know this episode of Raw was underwhelming to a lot of people. I get that. That's your opinion. That's fine. But I want to let you know that I'm not saying that this moment was great because it was on one of those type of episodes. I believe that if it was on any episode of Monday Night Raw, it would have been one of the, if not the best thing happening there for the reasons I just told you guys right now. But anyway, let's move on. So we saw Stephanie McCurr walk out to the ring in a walking boot in her championship, getting interviewed by Jackie Redmond. And Stephanie basically said, I don't care nothing about this boot. If you're a woman backstage, you can get this work. That's basically what she said. And then as she's talking, you see Raquel Rodriguez pop up out of nowhere and then bops her in the back of her head and then starts to destroy her, even at a point trying to shove that boot in a chair so she can try to break it even more. But thank God that she was stopped by the referees, and the referees tried as much as they could given the size difference between them and Raquel Rodriguez. I can understand why they scared for their life. They got families to go back home to, but either way, they did the best that they could. We thought it was over. But then you look backstage, you see the referees helping out Stephanie McCurr, walking. And then all of a sudden, here comes Raquel Rodriguez once again saying, I'm not through with you yet. Shout out to Braun Strowman. And then you see her proceed to beat up Stephanie McCurr, and then she gets escorted out one more time. Now, one thing that I really did love amongst anything is Stephanie McCurr selling the pain from the attack, selling how bad her foot was. And I don't know what this injury is. I don't know if it's just them playing it into kayfabe, because I remember seeing her limp in that triple threat match with Raquel Rodriguez and Nikki Bella. I don't know if it's just something small like a sprain, and then they're trying to make it seem like it's worse than what it is. Or maybe it's something pretty significant and they have this whole angle of her being attacked to write her off of TV just to let her heal a little bit. Or maybe it's something that may down the line make her relinquish the title. I doubt it's going to be relinquishing the title. I think she would have did it on Raw if that's the case. So maybe it's just to write her off of TV to heal her up. But either way, this is great for her. You know, that's the first point, because during this reign, I'm a huge fan of Stephanie McCurr, and I don't think every title reign is going to have this amazing storyline. That's not realistic. That's not how it worked in the history of wrestling. So if you can at least give me some good matches, I will be partially satisfied with it. I will feel like something's missing, but the great matches will do something for me. But the thing is, realistically, I'm not the only person who watched WWE. There are other people who need some depth. They need some storyline in order to care about a wrestler. And unfortunately, there are more people than we would like to believe that don't really care for Stephanie McCurr, because in her whole title reign so far, as short as it's been, she hasn't had any real story. So this right here is going to add a storyline to her title reign. This is going to give her some babyface sympathy from the fans, and ultimately it's going to add some layers to her character that we felt like didn't exist at first. So she's going to benefit from this so much. And if you look at the other end, Raquel Rodriguez is kind of a two birds with one stone situation. So starting off with her, having her destroy Stephanie McCurr makes her look like this monster heel as she should be. We remember how she was in NXT, right? We remember how she was in that match against Rhea Ripley that they had months ago, which I thought that they should have started the monster heel thing from that, because that match was great. But I'm so glad that they're doing this right now. They're doing this for her. This is exactly what she needed. And ultimately, if they do what I hope they're going to do, eventually give her the women's championship on Monday Night Raw, this can build up to a Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez match, possibly even at WrestleMania. If Liv wins the Royal Rumble and she has to choose whether she wants to take the title from her friend or from Jade Cargill, and she chooses her friend, that's going to be the amount of drama we need. And ultimately, thank God, this is going to be the beginning of the dismantle of the Judgment Day, which we've been waiting for forever. And this will be great. And if Liv Morgan loses to Raquel Rodriguez, hopefully either Rhea or Liv gets sent over to SmackDown, because obviously their women's division is missing a lot of people, especially when people get injured. But overall, I think this whole thing is great. I think they're starting off on a great step. Obviously, the booking is going to be important from this day forward, but I think this is so simple that all you got to do is just have Raquel Rodriguez keep destroying Stephanie Vaquer. And if she beats her for that title, the excuse is already there. The fact that Stephanie Vaquer isn't 100% and her foot is already injured, or her ankle, or whatever she's trying to sell, that already gives the upper hand for Raquel Rodriguez, but also protects your current champion. So if they go in that direction, this is going to be something fresh. This is going to be something different. You want to talk about a new era? This will be a start of a new era, having Raquel Rodriguez as the women's champion on Raw. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Was this the best thing for you guys as well on Monday Night Raw? If it wasn't, let me know what your favorite part was. Thank you guys so much for watching. Salute, peace, have a great